So it's another month of Just or Imagination, and I have cute Mother's Day DIY inspiration for you. Let's get into it. Well, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome to you as well. This is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. So let's get crafting. So as you know, with this challenge, we are given 3 items to use, and my first one is going to be napkin. So I'm taking this napkin. I've had this in my stash for so long. I believe I got this from the Dollar Tree, and I've used it so many times. So I have separated the flower section from the napkins using the water technique. And here I'm removing the extra plies. This napkin has 3 plies. And I'm using a little piece of tape on my fingers just to help with the separation. I'm using this lampshade haven't been using this lamp, it's just there sitting down. And I got the brilliant idea of decoupaging the napkin on this lampshade. So it's either going to be a win or a lose, but I believe it's a win, but you let me know what you think. So here I am just carefully removing the plastic because I'm going to be replacing it when I'm done. So I'm taking my Mod Podge and the napkins, and I'm applying the Mod Podge gently. I'm not putting too much and I'm not spreading it too far, just right in the areas that I know I'm going to be using the napkin in. Once I place that down, I just use the brush to brush that in, and then the sponge to further put that in. So I'll just let you watch to see what I'm doing. This challenge, Just or Imagination, we are required to use 3 challenged items. And this month it's napkin, foil, aluminum foil, and a funnel. All of our videos are very interesting. You'll get a lot of inspiration to see how we think differently and come up with different ideas using the same items. And I'm just using a little heat and my finger to just smooth that out. And how is it looking so far? I think it's looking super cute. This napkin is so beautiful. So I've applied the napkin on the bottom part of the lampshade, and here I'm just trying to figure out, do I need to put all of them on there or not? It didn't look too pretty with all of them, so I decided to just go with the bottom and the top. So now I'm going to be applying the napkin to the top, making sure that it's lining up properly with the ones that I've already put on. And I did the same technique. Apply a little of the Mod Podge, place the napkin down, and then just use the brush to secure that. And now it's all done. I'm using a little heat to help with the drying process. Not too much because I'm not sure of the fabric that the lampshade is made of, so I don't want to apply too much heat. And then I just took the scissors and removed the excess. I did not file that off. As usual, I'm not sure and I don't want to mess up my thing. And just use the brush to seal the edges. If this is your first time coming over to my channel, thank you for coming by. I really hope that you find value here. If you love budget-friendly content, you are in the right place. And if you are coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm happy you joined me. So now that was done, I had these little pearl, half pearl beads, and I just placed those right in the little sections between each panel. So now I'm going to replace the plastic that was on the lampshade, and I'm trying my best not to handle it too rough because I don't want the plastic to crinkle and then started looking all old and tacky. So I took the sticky back tape, and I'm only using one side, and I use that to secure the end of the plastic. I may not even be wrapping it the exact way it was before, but I'm just doing my best to make sure that I cover it and not to make the plastic get all too crinkled. And then once I got to the end of the plastic, I just took another piece of the tape and secured that. And this is done, guys. Let me know what you think about my decoupaged lampshade. And you'll see more of this in the final reveal. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is Just Our Imagination, and this is hosted by Kathy Jo from Kathy Jo DIYs, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, and each month we have a guest host, and this month is Tiffany from Simply Blessed Crafts. These ladies are very inspiring and creative. Links to their channels will be in the description box below, as well as the playlist. Now we're moving into inspiration number 2, and I'll be using the funnel and the aluminum foil for this one. Now I didn't get my funnel from the Dollar Tree. I got mine from the 99-cent store. Here I'm just measuring where the center of the funnel is because I'm going to be cutting it apart. So I'm just taking the pencil and the ruler to find where the center is. And then I took my X-Acto knife and I'm cutting that in two. Now to help me along, I'm applying some heat to the X-Acto knife to the blade so I could cut easier. And now it's all cut. I'm going to remove that lip from the funnel. I don't need that part on there. So I took the scissors to just cut that off. And then the sanding block to just sand down the edges. And what I'm making a pair of wall stand or wall hanging stand. I got this inspiration from my friend. She basically does glam and high-end decor, and I've been watching her before I even started my channel. And she was my go-to channel when I wanted to do glam decor for my home. I do love to do a little glam here and there. And I started my channel, and here I am doing a lot of farmhouse DIYs. Go figure. And she now has 2-point-something million subscribers. I will link her video in my description as well, so you can check her out. So as you see, I took a piece of cardboard and I'm tracing out the top part of my little stand. I gave myself about an inch before I started cutting. As you saw earlier as well, I traced out the back part of the stand and sat those aside. Cut them out and sat them aside. And I cut 2 pieces and sat that aside. And here I'm just taking a piece of baby wipe to wipe down the funnel. I took some chalk paint in plaster with the sponge dapper, and I wanted to give it a textured look, so I'm just using the sponge to dab on the paint. If you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. Next, to give me a distressed look, I took some apple barrel brown oxide and I mixed a little of the Mod Podge in there. I did it this way because rather than applying the oxide and then going back over it with the Mod Podge, I just mixed them both together. So I just apply the paint once. So once I mixed that together, I took the same sponge dabber and I'm going over it, just dabbing lightly, not being too careful because I don't want it to look too precise, if that's the right word. I wanted it to have a distressed look, but I also wanted it to spread evenly. Next, I took the back pieces and glued them in using the hot glue. I thought about painting the cardboard, but then it's not going to be seen, so I decided against it. If you're hearing something in the background, guys, I delayed my voiceover because they were working outside with their weed whacker and leaf blower and all of that. And there I thought they had gone, but hear the truck in the background. Anyway, so I did have to cut an extra set of the cardboard so to give it a little bit more depth. So I glued the two pieces together for my pier, sat those aside, and now I'm introducing my aluminum foil. So I took the foil and I'm measuring the distance of the little funnel section on the stand, and I'm going to use a piece of the foil paper to cover that area. I'm being very gentle with the foil because you know aluminum foil, it starts crumpling with any form of pressure you apply to it, and I didn't want it to start looking all crumpled, so I'm being very gentle. So once I cut the pieces off, cut that again in two, fold it in about 1/4 of an inch from the top, and then wrap that around the little funnel section, glue down the ends, and then tuck the end of it inside. And here we have both of them all done. Now it's time to work on the top part. This is a wallpaper that I had purchased from Amazon. I've had this like forever. So I'm cutting off a piece that I'm going to be using to cover the top part of the shelf. So I cut off what I needed after I measured it, and then cut that again in two, leaving myself with a little extra so I can fold that in to cover the raw edge of the cardboard. I love this wallpaper. It has that wood look, and I've had this for a while now. I had it on my craft desk for some time and then I covered it, but I love it. Now that is done, I took the foil, the aluminum foil again, and I'm going to cover the bottom part of the shelf. So I place them down on the foil, use some fix it all glue as well as some hot glue, and glue that on top. And most of this is not going to be seen because once I place that on top of the funnel, you will only be seeing that extra 1 inch that I had cut out on the stand. And whoever of you three ladies chose aluminum foil as one of the challenged items, I hope I did justice to it. So now that is done. This is some jewel strip that I had in my stash. To tone down the sheen, I took some Mod Podge on the sponge and just went over that with it. And then just peel off the strip, place it on the border of the stand. Needed a little extra piece, cut that off. Now with that done, it's now time to assemble. I'm using the Fix It All glue again, just applying that on the edges of the funnel and the cardboard along with some hot glue. And I'm making sure that I line it up properly first, or eyeball it first before I actually place it down. Now this can be a good Mother's Day gift. All of what I'm doing in this video can be given as a gift to your mother, and this is just inspiration. So now I'm done with that. I need to add some command strip to the back of this so that it could lay flat on the wall, and you can actually move it around wherever you want to move it. And now we're done, and this is what it looks like, guys. Let me know what you think, if I should keep that color or I should change it to black. And now this is a bonus. I took this jelly jar. My husband was about to toss it. I'm like, no, I need that. And as usual, he says, "Oh, I see a DIY coming." Of course, you know your wife by now. So I took some Mod Podge and apply that in the middle. Now, guys, this did give me some challenge, but I worked with it. And this ready to pour paint I got from Plaid. I decided to try this. It's my first time using this paint. So I poured some on the inside and I kind of swirled the bottle around a little bit to spread it evenly. And then after I did that, I turned it upside down over this plastic container so that the excess paint could drain, and left it a while. And when it came back, this is what it looks like. Some parts drained too much, I guess because I added the Mod Podge. It's my first time using this paint. I've never used it before, so I decided to try it. But I'm working with it anyway because you're not going to see the inside of that. Next, I'm taking some jute cord. I got this jute from Shane, and I'm wrapping that around the top part of the jar until it's all covered. And now it's all covered, I'm trying to find a section that is not so opaque, where you can see through it. And then I took a butterfly from this pack of spring stickers that I got from Amazon. If you're interested in that, it's in my Amazon storefront under crafting essential. I think it's crafting stickers. Anyway, if you click the storefront, you'll find it. So I took the butterfly and I rubbed that on. I didn't want the jar to be too fussy, so I thought about adding something else but changed my mind. Now for the inside, I didn't want to put any foam or anything, so I took the middle part of the napkin that I used earlier for the lampshade and just stuck that in the middle. And here here I took these peonies and put them on the inside. I didn't want to cut them, so I just fold in the ends, put them in there, took the rest of the napkin and padded that. And now I'm gluing on the jar to the lid. And that's gonna be it for this one, guys. But then I looked at it and I said no, it needed something else. So I went again with the jute and wrapped that around the base of the vase, of the jar, of the vase, whatever. I wrapped that around the base to balance off the jute at the top. And I just went around a few times until you couldn't see the end of the jar anymore. And then that's it. I just cut the jute off, glued it down. And that is it, guys. Now we're here for the final reveal. Here is my lampshade, my decoupaged lampshade. I tested it out right by my bedside with the lights on, with the lights out from a different angle. And here are our little wall stands. Now guys, thank you so much for sticking around for this video. Don't forget to check out the host channels. That's Brenda and Kathy Jo and Tiffany, as well as the playlist. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so before you leave. I'm trying to meet my goal of 3,000 subscribers by the end of April, which is my birthday. And if you enjoyed this video today and more budget-friendly content like this one, I suggest this video right here or this playlist. And stay safe, my friends, until my next one. Bye.